Well guys, this won't be much of a video unless you have patience to deal with all of my verbiage, but my PA house went under contract Monday night, so I'm very excited about that. It's a love-hate relationship actually. I truly love it here, but with the kids grown and gone, the house is just way too big, and I never even see the upstairs anymore. So the house is, if everything goes right with the inspections, and I don't see why it shouldn't, the house has been sold. 16, 17 years ago we bought this property. It was completely wooded, like that back part that you can see. I took all the trees down here in the yard and where the house sits, had the house built, and it's been absolutely joyous for all those years. Kids have grown. Kids loved it here. Dirt bikes, quads, horses, other various farm animals. They're all gone, and it's just time to move on, which is why we bought the New York house. So again, it's a bittersweet kind of a thing, but you have to do what you have to do, and hopefully everything works out, and we will close November, I forget the exact date, the first or the second, first week in November anyway. So yeah, onto the Ram ecodiesel. It's ridiculous, but there seems to be some light at the end of the tunnel. The truck sits exactly as it has since my last video. I was ready to rip off the EGR cooler. I had ordered the parts through a dealer online, and 2 days later I get an email from them stating that the EGR cooler has been superseded part number wise, and that the price more than doubled. So it was $361 that I paid for it online, but the new price is closer to $800. So I lost my mind at that point. And not only that, but the ABS module is on galactic back order, March 2022, and I can't begin to tell you, paying 50 grand for this truck, 78,000 miles on it, and it's been sitting now 2 weeks tomorrow undriven because it can't be driven. The coolant level is dropped. This is the cold level here. You can see how much it's down, and there are no leaks, so it's definitely going through the EGR cooler, through the manifold, and out the tailpipe. So my frustration, last night I called Fiat FCA, and I was probably a bit harsh to the girl. She told me she would do everything in her power to take care of it, especially after I mentioned buyback. So long story short, here it is, not quite 24 hours later. I've had a call from a local dealer, and not the one I took it to that blew smoke and told me, oh yeah, the problem's a harness and it's fixed, you're good to go. That was absolutely absurd. I've actually contested my credit card. I pay for everything with credit cards just in case something like this happens. And 16 miles or 14 miles outside of the dealership, the lights all came back on. The truck went into limp mode, and I drove for the next 20 or so miles home at 35 miles an hour. Talk about embarrassing. But anyway, FCA reached out to a different dealer local to me. That dealer called me, the service manager, expressed his concern, as you would expect a polite business person to do. And long story short, they are towing my truck to them tomorrow between 8 and 3. I won't be here, I'll be at work. And they're going to do the EGR recall, thank God, finally. And I told them that I was a Chrysler tech for 12+ years, and I know for a fact that the map sensor is cooked, and the EGR cooler is leaking, and I'm concerned about holes melted in the intake manifold. He assured me that they would do everything that needs to be done on Chrysler's dime, including the towing, which actually surprised me. I expressed my concern with, having to pay a multi-$100 towing bill, and yeah, I can't even believe it. And then 5 minutes after I hung up with him, FCA calls me. The girl spoke to me for 10 minutes, and I told her what the concerns were and so on and so forth. And she said that they are going to participate in the repairs aside from the EGR cooler. So I'm hoping that if there's an issue with the intake, they'll replace that. They'll do the recall. They'll replace a map sensor. They'll cover the towing. And I don't know how much they can do with the ABS module, being it's on back order. March 2022, that's just insane too. But with the state of the world today, I kind of get it. But I just thought I'd give you guys an update. I know I said I'd make videos, with the EGR replacement, the cooler replacement, or delete, whatever I decided to go with. But I'd really like to keep it emissions legal, especially moving to New York with their emission laws. I'd never get it inspected up there. So anyway, I just wanted to make this short vid, kind of an update, and I will let you know how they treat me as far as the towing, if I actually wind up paying the bill or if they absorb it, and how the dealer responds to my very specific complaints when I spoke with him. So they're going to tow it tomorrow, which is Friday, and we'll see what happens. But other than that, we are just cleaning up, picking up, packing up, and getting ready to take my last pieces of my Pennsylvania life to the New York house. So I just wanted to say thanks, guys, subscribers, viewers, people that comment. I truly appreciate everything, and we'll talk soon. You guys have a great night.